Hello, hello. Welcome back to Yoga and Mindfulness in Schools video series. I'm Katia. So glad you're here to join me. We are just going to jump right into our mindful minute. So, making sure that you're comfortable, seated, prefer seated, or you can be laying down. If we're seated, nice tall back if that feels okay. So, if we're sitting in our chairs, trying to come towards the front of the chair and sit nice and tall rather than like slouching. We want to sit nice and tall so that our organs and glands in our body are supported and not being squished. So here we go. A little reminder from last week, just being gentle with ourselves. It might be easy, it might be hard. Each day is different. So just noticing. Mindfulness is a practice of noticing the present moment and letting go of harmful judgment. It is hard to do as humans to let go of judgment. So that's why I like to throw in the letting go of harmful judgment piece. So we just do the best we can. I'll walk us through, starting with the bowl. Here we go. Maybe starting with that nice big full breath, maybe the biggest breath that you've taken today. If you like, taking a look around the room, kind of acknowledging where we are in the world. Looking, noticing whatever there is to notice, whatever your eyes rest on. If they want to rest, maybe they want to just keep looking around. Connecting ourselves to this space, so noticing what parts of the body connect to the floor, to the earth, maybe noticing the soles of the feet make contact with the floor, noticing what we're sitting on, or what is underneath us. If it feels good, closing the eyes, or at least letting the eyes be soft and allowing all those little muscles around the eyes to relax. We can bring the gaze down to the floor, the desk in front of us. And then we'll bring our attention to our breath if that feels okay. So maybe we're noticing where the breath is in the body, either up high, kind of in the chest, or down low in the belly. Maybe we can't feel it at all. And that's okay too. However, this practice comes through for us is absolutely correct for us. So just noticing, taking a breath, inhaling, maybe we're able to just really focus on that breath as it comes in. And then as we begin to exhale, following it all the way out. Maybe we get lost in a trail of thoughts, and that is okay. We just notice. Maybe those thoughts would like a little attention, allowing space, kindness, self-love. When we feel ready, coming back to the breath or our body, noticing what parts of the body are making contact with the support beneath us, following the breath if that feels okay. Maybe another breath here. Wonderful. Releasing the focus when you're ready. Blinking, gently opening the eyes. If they were closed, coming back to the external space. So that was a little over 3 minutes for our mindful minute practice there. So we just kind of meet ourselves wherever we are. So noticing, do we feel any different from when we first started? Maybe yes, maybe no. If we feel a sense of calm after that short little practice, we might just spend a moment there acknowledging and enjoying that sense of calm. If we don't feel any better or any sense of calm or relief, we might notice, why was it hard? Were there a lot of distractions? Are you allowing yourself to be open to this practice? No judgment, either which way, any which way, just noticing, right? Finding what works for us. So each lesson, I'm going to kind of give a new tool, something different. And so I really invite you to practice, at least try it and see if you like it or you don't. Yeah. And take it from there. So today we're going to talk about stress and the body and how our body signals us that we are under stress or experiencing stress. And so you might pause me and talk about with your group if you are in one, like, or pause for yourself, just think about like how your body shows you that it's stressed. For me, I start to sweat. Sometimes I get really bad headaches. If I'm like nervous, my face will turn red. I hear some people say that they get like upset stomach. A lot of people get tension in their shoulders. Um, Lots of ways that stress can show up in our bodies. So being curious, noticing, listening. I have us start with that mindful minute practice. And I really encourage all of you to find a time and space that you're able to have just a short, maybe start with a short practice. Maybe over time it gets longer. We're helping to train the brain to know that there is a space it can go besides turning on the amygdala, right? That guard dog when there's a stress or a trigger in our environment. Obviously, if it's an emergency, get to safety. But we don't always need that amygdala. We don't always need that fight flight response, right? It's sometimes helpful, sometimes not. If we're having a conversation with someone or trying to learn something, um, getting that guard dog to calm down and accessing the prefrontal cortex, that front part of the brain, the wise old owl, is so much more effective and beneficial to our learning and to communicating with others. So, and communicating with ourselves, calming that guard dog so that we can hear our own body mind system and understand how to support ourselves. So let's talk about the breath. I brought my Hoberman sphere to help demonstrate what the breath looks like in our lungs and in our bodies. So when we're inhaling, there's this expansion in all directions, right? When we exhale, we release every last whisper of air. We want to invite the breath deep into the belly. So sometimes you'll notice that we breathe up high. Our culture kind of does this. So there's this like lifting the shoulders and the breath is up high. And that's fine. Just if we want to turn on the relaxation response in the body, the like calming the heart rate, allowing our pupils to get smaller when we're stressed, our pupils dilate and our heart rate increases and our breath shallows and our digestion slows down. So if you're stressed in eating, that is not a good combination. So getting the relaxation response to turn on in the body, one way that we can do that is to get the breath deep into the belly and really take a nice big full breath in, bringing in all that oxygen, and then slowly exhaling, releasing every last whisper of air. Very long exhale, even maybe longer than the inhale. That sends a signal to the brain that we're safe with that long exhale. If we want to balance the body, it's a balance in, out. Inhaling to 4, exhaling to 4, or whatever your count is. Okay. If you feel tired, increase your inhale. It brings more oxygen into the body. Okay. So with that, let's do a little practice. We'll start with yoga practice. So let's again start with actually, let's move into our own space. So maybe moving to the floor, you can stay where you are if you like. I'm going to move over to the floor so I have a little more space. And you might like something to sit on. I have a folded blanket here. You can also grab a towel or you can sit in a chair, whatever works best for you. We'll start with the neck, like we did last time. So finding that strong, tall back. And then finding your breath, starting with a nice inhale. Tall back on the exhale, releasing the chin towards the chest, stretching out the back of the neck and the upper back. Inhaling up through center. Exhaling, releasing one ear to one shoulder. Nice big full breath here. On an inhale, coming up through center, nice and tall. Exhaling, releasing to that second side. Again, noticing, did you lean your whole body over, or can we stay nice and tall and just the head leans over? Yeah. And then from here, if it feels good, releasing the chin down towards the chest, semi-circling or doing like a half circle over to the that first side, and then just kind of rolling back and forth there. We can bring the hands in for massage or support if that feels good. Eventually coming back to center. And then from here, we're going to come to stand. So however you need to do that, if you would like to practice with me. And we're just going to do some side stretching and some arm circles. So coming to stand nice and tall, feet about hip distance apart. So again, this yoga, this mindful movement, we're getting to know ourselves, getting to know our bodies. So I'm not going to ask you to do any crazy yoga, back bends, weird shapes or anything like that. Just more some movement, getting us to notice when we're moving, how it feels in our body. Can we feel it? Okay. So let's start with some arm circles. So we'll inhale and bring those hands forward and up. Exhaling down, move as fast or as slow as you like. Inhaling, sweeping the arms up. Exhaling down, one more in this direction. Nice big breath. Exhaling on the way down. Let's switch. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Two more like that. Nice big full breath. And exhale, release. One more. Can we feel the way our arms are moving? Can we feel the air on the arms? Yeah, coming to stand nice and tall. And then we're going to do a modified forward fold. So I have a chair here. So you might like a desk, or we could even use a wall, put our hands on the wall. And so we're going to come to stand about a couple feet, just a step away from our support, the chair or the wall or the table. We can adjust as needed. And then let's take a nice big inhale, sweep those arms wide. And then we're going to exhale and fold forward. And we're going to bring our hands to the chair or the table, whatever you're on. And we might flip the chair so that it's taller. It depends on your body and what feels good, okay? So we're wanting to keep this nice, strong, tall back. So keeping your core activated, your belly, button, navel is hugging the spine. So we're gonna reach out through the crown of the head, nice, long, strong back. And then imagine we have a tail and we're kind of lengthening out through our tail, out through that tailbone as well. Yeah, nice, big, full breath here. Nice big inhale, long exhale. You'll notice my knees are bent. Bend as much as you like. And then we'll inhale and come all the way up. Yeah, just real simple, just getting to know our bodies. And then from here, we're going to rest. So coming to lay down, if that feels okay, on your back, your belly, or your side. Just briefly here, just like a little mini reset, a little rest. So we might get a blanket, or if you need any support under the head or under the legs, feeling free to grab whatever you need. We can also do this seated. We're just at the end of a yoga practice. Traditionally, we have a rest period, which allows all of the information, the work, the stretching, all the love that we just gave ourselves to fully integrate into our mind body system. So, this can really be powerful after a lesson at school, or, after learning something. Just take a rest, take a break, allow that information to settle in. So we're inviting the whole body to get heavy. See if we can allow the head to get heavy, the arms. Just resting, inviting the heart and the belly to relax and the legs to get heavy. Just resting. And then we'll just begin to wake the body back up. Like I said, just a short little rest. So we might stretch, we might lengthen the hands up over the head, stretching all the way down through the toes, eventually rolling over to one side, kind of resting there for a moment. Then we'll come all the way up to sit. And we'll end our yoga practice by saying thank you to each other. So if you like, bringing the hands together in front of the heart. And today we'll end using Spanish. So to say thank you in Spanish, we say gracias. I imagine some of you already knew that one. So thank you so much. I wish you all well. Take good care. Gracias.